Welcome to the France 24 Observers. It's the end of the year, so this week we take a look back at some of the stories we brought you in 2011. Our observers were in the thick of things, from the revolution in Tunisia that launched the Arab Spring, to reporting election fraud in Russia, to the Occupy movement in the United States. We begin with the Russian election and our observer Taras Fedoseev.
There are many videos of fraud circulating online. In one, we see that some polling stations had people use erasable pens to vote. In several videos, we see ballots already in the ballot boxes before the election has even taken place. In this video, we see the chairman of a voting commission filling out ballots himself.
Николай Алексеевич, я вам привет передаю. Огромный. Где наблюдатели? Есть наблюдатели на участке 2501. Подойдите, пожалуйста. Нарушение уголовным кодексом наказуемое. Обратите внимание, председатель комиссии заполняет избирательные бюллетени.
On election day, I was working at a polling station as an observer for the Just Russia party. At the end of the day, when the ballot boxes were opened, they were heaped onto a table and quickly redistributed into several smaller piles. Allegedly, one was for United Russia, another for the Communist Party, etc. But I didn't even have the chance to see what was actually on the ballots. The officials began to count them. At first, I thought they were going to count the total number of ballots. But then I noticed they had already filled out the final poll tally. I asked to recount the votes, but my demand was rejected. I started to call my party's headquarters. When they realized this, they put all the ballots in a bag and quickly left the room.
Next, our observer Sliman Ruisi. He is a 50-year-old technology professor who helped launch a revolution. He and his union colleagues spread word about the events in their town that would eventually topple President Ben Ali of Tunisia.
Our role in the revolution was to organize and keep the people coming out. We managed to expand the unrest beyond the town of Sidi Bouzid. We got in touch with other parts of the country to make sure they'd support us. As for me, I went to Sheba on the coast to organize a meeting. We discussed how to bring the revolt to the capital, Tunis. When the police turned out en masse in Sidi Bouzid, we started holding rallies at night. We had to make do with what we had, setting fire to tires, throwing Molotov cocktails. We used barbed wire to stop the police on motorbikes. I can say it now, we had informers among the police. They told us what was going on, what was being said in their meetings with the government, and of course we followed the media as news of the revolt spread.
And finally, the Occupy movement. It all started on Wall Street in New York and then spread to the rest of the United States and even to other countries. First, we hear from Stephen Squibb in Boston.
The Boston occupation is amazing because it has an incredible infrastructure in place. A lot of other occupations are not allowed to have tents or be sort of as organized long-term as Boston is. The people's mic is actually used everywhere. Whoever is, and the person who originally yelled it says something and then everyone sort of echoes it back to them, and it's a way of disseminating a message throughout the crowd. But we in Boston have both the people's mic and a sort of traditional microphone where we can plug in and speak to large groups of people. This movement is about bringing economic justice and opportunity back to America. I think it means a focus on affordable housing, affordable education, healthcare, and providing people jobs. In the other direction, I think it's about getting the influence of Wall Street and international finance out of our democracy. In New England, we're not afraid of a little cold, and we're going to be there throughout the entire season.
Now to Dublin, Ireland, where protesters occupied Dame Street in the city's financial centre. Here is Robin Wilson.
I haven't experienced any sort of movement like this in Ireland before. Life on the camp is actually very enjoyable. I was expecting it to maybe be a bit of an endurance test, sleeping outdoors in October. But the atmosphere is excellent. We've made an agreement with the police that there be no alcohol or drugs. So many local businesses are donating food and equipment and so on. Local people are coming past us on the street and just coming up and shaking our hands, saying, finally somebody is speaking out, you know. We want to renegotiate the decisions that have been taken by the ECB, where the Irish people are being held responsible for the mistakes of Irish banks and continental European banks. I don't remember banking profits being socialised. So it seems to be a one-way system.
That's it for this week and for the year. As always, you can look back at all our shows on our website, observers.france24.com. See you next time.